And ironically, when we were younger, and some people had discipline and some people didn't, and some people had great genetics and some people had great IQ, and ironically, you could now, it isn't, it's kind of logical where they would end up and how it turned out for them. So I had a person in my life who was tempted by drugs at a very young age, but he was very smart, and he was good looking. Girls liked him at a very young age, but he had no discipline. He had no ambition, but everything just came at him. He had great parents. His parents were smart as well. He had a great environment. Everything was set up for him. But because he lacked the mental strength, he was quite strong, but at some point, because he was lacking in so many areas and being sloppy with his knowledge, for example, in the gym, you also have to study the material. He got injured, because he was not doing the exercises right. He was kind of sloppy. And eventually, when he got older, it backfired. So he got that injury, so the gym was not an option anymore. He got into drugs. And now he has multiple rehabs where he goes in and out, and his life is kind of a chaos. And on the contrary, I had another friend who was not as gifted. He was not as smart. His parents were not as wealthy as the other one, but he always had discipline. He was somebody who would go out of his way to actually invest in himself. So he would start taking classes, he would read books, he would go to the gym, and eventually he became super strong because he put in the effort for 10 years, and he got a great girlfriend, and he got a decent job. He's growing because he was not that smart. He started at the bottom, but he's growing. You see like his life has an uptrend. And that comes from discipline. That comes from investing in yourself. And that comes from these hours that we are talking about here. That's these hours that I'm here in the morning working on myself. And that adds up. That adds up if you do this every day or 5 or 6 times a week. Then the result is kind of logical if you zoom out of the timeline. It was kind of logical that the guy, the not so smart one, was getting strong. Even though he wasn't at the beginning.